Okay, the manager...
One sec.
Sorry. Okay, the manager's here to take your questions. If you'd like to raise your hand, we'll start with Simon Peach.
Hi, Ralf. You obviously made a lot of changes tonight, but what did you make of the performance and what do you take from it? Positives and negatives?
I mean, I was fully aware that it will be a little bit of a risk, not regarding the result at the end, but if we would be able with this team for 90 minutes to compete. I thought the first half hour was good. We also had a few unforced errors in those first 30 minutes, but at least we were able to not only keep them away from goal, but also have control on the game. We scored a beautiful goal, set up by Luke Shaw, and perfect left foot shot by Mason. After that, we had two great opportunities to score the second and third one with Amat and with Juan Mata. We should have been at least 2-0 up, and I think maybe that would have changed a little bit also the level of confidence. And then in the last 10 minutes of the first half, we again more or less played as like the team played the weeks before. We were less proactive. We were dropping back too far. And what annoyed me most was the way that we played into their pressing first line. So we sent quite a few pressing invitations to them, including the goal that we conceded. We had the chance to not only clear the ball, but play the ball forward twice. We didn't, and therefore we gave them the opportunity to score the equalizer. And in the second half, it was difficult also with regard to energy level. Quite a few of the experienced players hadn't had that much game time in the past. And for the young players, it was also the first time at Old Trafford on Champions League level, and this was obvious.
David McDonald.
Hi, Ralf. You said that Mason scored a beautiful goal. How impressed have you been with him in the time you've been at the club? And with the form he's in and his display tonight, has he sort of put himself in contention to start against Norwich?
I think, again, today he also showed, not only because of that beautiful goal, also the way that he set up the opportunity for Juan Mata, that was brilliant. He's a massive talent, left foot, right foot, good on the ball. Also the way that he gave or set up the goal for Fred on Sunday. But still, it's about continuity. He has to develop physically, but technically he's... For his age, he's a great player, and my job is to develop him, to make an athlete out of him. And if he manages to do that, he can become a regular player for this club.
Simon Stone.
Hi, Ralf. Could you just update us on what happened with Aaron Wan-Bissaka and what situation he's in?
Yeah, he received 2 knocks, one again, unfortunately, on the wrist and the other one on his knee. He's been treated now in the locker room, but we have to wait and see what the situation around those 2 knocks will be like tomorrow. But I'm positive that he can, the day after tomorrow, train again and hopefully become part of the team against Norwich.
Ben Ransom.
Hi, Ralf. Was part of the thinking in giving the majority of the senior players the night off tonight completely that they would be able to train fully tomorrow and for the rest of the week ahead of the weekend match?
Yes, of course. There were 2 aspects to it. On the one hand side, I wanted to give game time to the players that play today and also see them on a competitive level in Champions League. And on the other hand, rest the players that had played on Sunday against Crystal Palace for the Norwich game. So we had a normal training session with those players already today. And we'll have another 2, as I would say, normal training sessions in order to prepare them for the Norwich game tomorrow and on Friday.
Rob Wilson.
Hi, Ralf. Just on Mason again, I know you know Erling Haaland very well. He's considered one of the best young strikers in Europe, if not the best. Do you see Mason as being at a similar level to him, given that they're of similar ages?
I don't think that we should compare those two players. They are different kind of strikers and players. Erling Haaland is extremely physical. He's, 193, 194, different kind of striker. Erling, for me, is a target striker. He can play as a single striker, like a target man, or together with another striker in a 4-4-2. I think Mason is more of a 9.5. He can play as a striker. He can also come from the wing. He can play together with another striker, and he's very technical, left foot, right foot. And as I said, sometimes he looks a little bit not on an athletic level, and I think we have to develop him there physically. But technically, all the things that he can do with the ball are outstanding. So I'm not so much worried about his technical level. We need to develop him physically and mentally to become the strongest version of himself. And if we manage to do that, he can become a regular player and a very valuable player for our club for the future.
Paul Hurst?
Hi Ralf, what did you make of Dean Henderson's performance today? It seemed quite a confident display for only his second start.
I fully agree. I think he was almost even saving the ball that that was the equalizer for young boys. Was only very little, 1-2 centimeters that he would even save that ball, but of course it was almost. Yeah, it was a very difficult one. Apart from that, he was very proactive, very present. And the same is true with Tom Heaton. I mean, he gave his debut at the age of 35. Obviously, I wasn't aware of that, but we had some conversation with the goalkeepers coaches, and we decided yesterday, if at all possible, if the chronology of the game would allow it, that we want to give him his debut at Old Trafford today.
Bart Fallon?
Yeah, hi Ralf. I was just going to ask you about that. The debut for Tom Heaton, a goalkeeper at 35. How special is that really? Must be a very nice memory for him.
Yeah, I didn't know that actually, that he's been playing in England for such a long time on Champions League and even on Championship and even Premier League level. Apparently he even had some game time for the English team. He played for England. Obviously, I wasn't aware of that, so Richard, our goalkeeper coach, told me that, and he's a fantastic person, very good goalkeeper, and he more than deserved that opportunity to give his debut at the age of 35.
Okay, we have one more hand up. Sylvan?
Yes, thanks a lot. Should I speak in English with Switzerland or German?
German, can be German, that's fine.
English is fine, okay. Mr. Rangnick, you've known David Wagner for a very long time. You've met him again today. So have you tried to help him today with all your substitutes, or have you just not taken young boys fully seriously tonight?
Yes, of course, we took young boys very seriously. It had nothing to do with David or with young boys. I already explained that there were two reasons for playing that team that we played today. Number one, we wanted to rest the players that have played against Crystal Palace on Sunday for the game on Saturday against Norwich. Bearing in mind that we had 2.5 days before the Crystal Palace game, the home game against Arsenal. And on the other hand, just give game time to experienced players who hadn't have enough game time in the past, and also for the youngsters. So it had nothing to do with underestimating young boys or not taking them seriously. In the end, it could have also been a 3-3 or a 4-4. We had 3 great opportunities to score more goals, but also obviously young boys had quite a few opportunities. But in the end, for me, it was logical that at one stage it becomes a difficult one. Young boys played with the best possible 11 players that were available, and we played with a completely new team, and which has never played together in that constellation.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you.